Welcome to Thoughts with CP. Great. The asthma kicks in right at the beginning of this episode. Great, you guys. Ow, Danielle. I was so concentrating on my asthmatic cough here, you guys, that I started with thinking, never mind, backslash starts with CP. She's right, and she's not coughing. She's not coughing. I'm the one with the asthmatic cough, but welcome to Starts with CP. There we go. I thought I get that one out of my mouth. Today we've decided to talk about gifts, holiday gifts, and I'll say Christmas gifts for for podcasters and full-time creators. Now, number one, you can send, and this doesn't cost you anything to do. You can send an email to your favorite podcaster of choice. It doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to be Danielle. Or on the flip side, you can send a email to your favorite YouTuber. I don't think the big YouTubers will respond, but maybe they will. And so I want you. That's number one. You can just type an email out, or even better, send it snail mail. Send a card, snail mail, and the podcaster will be shocked that they received a card from you guys because we're so used to getting mail. And so, email, snail mail, I don't care how you do it, carry pigeon, I don't care. But just acknowledge the podcast. And now, um, we're going, that's tip number one. We're going to talk about tip number two, which is a little bit more financially invasive. And you can either do one of the two things. You can either buy a gift card to Best Buy, Guitar Center, and or Amazon, and let the podcaster, the new podcaster, choose their own equipment, or you can either tell them what you want, or you can give them a gift certificate to a podcast consultant like myself who specializes in disabilities because that's all I do. And then we can have a meeting with the family member and yourself, or you can, for the generalized podcaster, you could give them a gift certificate to another podcast consultant, such as Dave Jackson, who runs the School of Podcasting. And another, and they can just tell you, we can just tell you what microphone you should buy or do it that way. But if you're too antsy, just, if you're too antsy to wait for us, just do it. Do your research beforehand and then give the gift cards out. Another idea is Dave Jackson. I'm going to mention two books. Dave Jackson has a book out called Profit from Your Podcast, and David Hooper has a book out called The Big Red Podcast. I know his show is called Big Red, but where he interviewed podcasters, and Google David Huber, Google School of Podcasting by David Jackson. Dave Jackson. And so, and then you might as well, if you're going to um, start this whole thing, you might as well pay for a year's subscription to a podcast host, and um, you can print out pictures of what you're giving the podcaster, and you can say, "I'll pay for a year subscription to Blueberry, Buzzsprout, Libsyn, um, Podbean." You can say, "I'll pay for your subscription," and then just make them very, very happy. Then worry about the microphone later, because a lot of us have Apple headphones and all Beats, and um, it is perfectly fine doing it Apple headphone style, all Beats, or no headphones at all. But but other than that, I would say, if you want to support them, those are the ways you can support them. Now, for podcast consumption, Amazon and Google have now gotten into the act. For those who don't have the Amazon smart speaker, you can buy the Amazon smart speaker, set it up for the content consumer to listen to their favorite content, or you can buy them Google, and you can set it up. So you may have to do this sneakily. You may have to do this with other people, and I'm trying to not let the cat out of the bag here. But you can do home pod style. I know home pod, which I did send my BFF, um, because I really, really, really want one to test out. Even though I have Google and even though I have Alexa, and excuse me for saying the A word, because now the A word will go off. Little Miss Amazon smart speaker will go off. So excuse me. I'll try not to say the A word on this podcast. Lady in Tube, A. And so I will, because the smart speakers are not getting in on the act, um, consumption of podcast is going to be a big thing. And so why don't you buy a Amazon smart speaker? They're cheap. Um, the Googles and Amazons are cheaper than the HomePods, even though the HomePod Apple, yes, Apple. The Even though the HomePod is cheaper now but the Amazon side is cheap and the Google side is cheap. So I just want you guys to be aware that give someone a um, Amazon smart speaker. You can make them happy as clams as for the rest of their lives. Now, granted, it has to be. I have learned this, and I have learned this the hard way. And I'll explain this story when I get to Florida, because there's another person involved in this story that I can't explain right now what's going on, and I'll mention why in a minute. But I'll go into detail once I get to Florida. Let's just put it that way. I'll go into detail of how I learned this one the hard way. And having two separate Amazon smart speakers in one house on two separate accounts. Yeah, it just it just was a disaster and a half. And of course, we tried. One smart speaker walks away, and now it's now my Amazon smart speaker is happy as well when it works. I haven't hooked it up to this internet system yet because I'm the one thing I want to do is unplug it and move it to a packing box. That's the one thing I want to do. I haven't unpacked my Google yet because I want to move it to a packing box along with the Amazon smart speaker. So that's why I haven't hooked this Amazon smart speaker up to this internet system because I'm living on minimal internet right now due to I'm moving, and so I need Amazon smart speaker to take a chill pill, and she is definitely gonna get hooked up in Florida, and I'll say why if I sound tired and I sound emotionally exhausted, this is why, by the way. Um, Here I thought that Project Hibiscus was 50% done, and then Project Hibiscus decided to take a turn in the other direction. Basically, let's just put it this way. I got Sloan Lily. Sloan, I email last week in my car coming home from working out. And basically Tuesday there's going to be a meeting with my family and another person involved. I won't even say where that meeting is going to be. Well, yes, I do. They Yes, I will, but I will go kicking, screaming. My family, wants to put me in a home because they want not only do they want to care, but they want the social aspects too. And even though this home is a home, and I don't mind the 24-hour care. I don't mind the roommates. I don't mind living in a college dorm room for the rest of my life. I mind that this particular home doesn't deal with my disability. They don't deal with my disability. So I'm asking them nicely on Tuesday. I'm going, by the time you guys hear this, depending if you listen to it on a Monday or a Tuesday. And we'll give you guys, in next week's episode, I'll give you guys a full on update on Project Hibiscus and, I'll give you guys a full life update as well. And so that's something for you guys to look forward to. But what I am afraid of is they're going to take this home is going to take one look at me and say, "What are you doing here? We don't specialize in you. You are alien. You need to go back to where you came from." and me going back to where I came from, I can, but I can't because my house will be under someone else. So let's just put it that way. My house will be under someone else. So that being said, and I don't believe that, and I'll ask them this: what can I bring in? What can I not bring in? Because I don't believe I mean, these moves about the size of a dome move, yes. So I don't believe necessarily you can bring Amazon Smart Speaker or Google Smart Speaker into a semi-public environment. I'll ask, I'll ask, but I but no, but it's so I'm waiting to see on that. But to get back to the main point, so that was number three. The Amazon, maybe it was a number four. It was probably number four. And number five is just leave a review on Apple Podcast. Just leave a review. And for the full-time content creators that do YouTube and that's all they do. Also, leave a comment on your favorite YouTube channel. And to swing it back to what I said as we open up this episode, leave a comment and then subscribe. Subscribe to if Dan can thread, you can do it too, which is Dan Eon's YouTube channel. Subscribe over here to the art artwork Ask Win and the artwork of CP. That's what I was trying to say. And then I forget this on the Ask Win feed. That's how discombobulated I am, you guys. And so I subscribe, pass along to your friends, and subscribe to the YouTube channel with Aswin TV. Subscribe to my personal YouTube channel if you guys choose to do so. But I think that podcasting honestly is here to stay because you can listen to podcasts while you're multitasking. YouTube, not so much. YouTube, not so much. And so YouTube, not so much. And I'm coming to the conclusion that even though I love YouTube, YouTube is, even though it has great search algorithms, YouTube, as compared to podcasting, not so good because you have to sit and watch YouTube and leave your laptop open. Whereas podcasting, you can at least do it as you're standing in your kitchen. And yes, I said standing in your kitchen and not in the community kitchen either. Thank you very much. And so I um I just want you guys to think about that and contact me if you want any more information about my consulting services. Or you can buy Profit from Your Podcast on Amazon, which is Dave Jackson's book, and then you can Google the Big Red Podcast by David check out his book, and then you can combine that with Dan Can Thread. You can do it too, or I Come a Win, or any of my books, quite frankly. And you can just give the podcaster in your life, also full time content creator, a book, and then you can say there's more to your Christmas present than I would like to think. Here's the book, and we start out from there, and then because books are actually cheaper than podcast mics. So here's the book. We start out from there. If you want to go all guns a blazing, be my guest. But I know that 2020 has been the year of all years. So of course, if you can't go all guns blazing, then you start out with books. And books are very powerful, by the way. And then, or you can install a podcasting app on the Android side of cell phones and hooking them up that way. Ask them what their favorite subjects is, like interview style or American history style or solo style or business or the list goes on and on. The interesting fact about me, which I'm going to admit, is I absolutely despise um, interview style podcasts. That's because I do one, and so I like podcasting about podcasting, so I can study my crafts. I like local niche interviews like I am Salt Lake. I am Salt Lake is just all about Salt Lake, and I haven't found one similar to Florida yet. So please help me out, you guys. Please help me find a local niche podcast about Florida, and then don't necessarily send Kentucky my way because um, Kentucky may be out of picture as of, as of Tuesday. The Walling Hills of Kentucky may be out of picture as of Tuesday, but you can start doing the research, and I know on the Android side there is Spotify, there is also Google Podcasts, and as I said, there is Google Minis and Google Smart Speakers, and there is the Amazon Smart Speaker. So I hope that gives you some ideas as to what is going on. And next week we'll give a complete life update, and hopefully next week we'll be we're headed in the right direction. But I have to be patient and I have to wait and see. So if I'm a little off social media, you guys, this week, that is why. And so we'll see what the universe has for me, and we'll see if Miss Smart Speaker is coming with me, or sadly, Miss Smart Speaker will have to be disconnected from my Amazon account and given to someone else. But we'll see. We'll just see um what next week brings. And so I hope that you guys got some ideas. And Daniel, do you want to say anything else?
Ça, il faut, faut, euh, euh,
Thank you for following us. As she said, thank you for following us, and I hope that you have a great Cyber Monday. And I wanted to mention that Cyber Monday's a great time to pick up Amazon toys and Google toys. So if you're more into content consumption than you are into content creation, be on the lookout for Amazon toys being on sale on Cyber Monday as you guys listen to this. And next week, it's going to be a full life update, and hopefully I have good news for you guys, but um we're in the middle ground right now. I'm not going to say bad news. I'm not going to say good news. I'm going to say it's the middle ground, but no matter what, I'm gonna be out of here. By this time next year, I'll be on the East Coast, no matter what. So I am, because I'm done with the snow. I'm done with the altitude, and so I just have to now find the right home for me, whether it's private duty care or whether it's a group home. I just have to find my happy forever home. And I'll leave it at that. And I appreciate your support, and um, I definitely appreciate the text messages and the DMs and the phone calls about this situation. And we'll keep you guys updated. We'll keep you guys updated next week. And then we'll see you guys later, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed another episode of Ask Win. And then we'll see you guys later. Bye, you guys.
Bye.